So I pulled a typical Johan and I just recorded the whole walkthrough of these 4 tools that I picked for you, that you submitted to me, and recorded with the wrong microphone. Anyway, at least this might be a little bit quicker walkthrough with more condensed information, and I will be again walking through your submissions, your tools, and not Dribbble designs, and I will be commenting on design of the landing page, but I will also try to go through the product design of your tool and the product itself. And hopefully this might be beneficial for you, the creators of these tools, and for others to get inspiration. I hope I'm recording in the proper way this time. Motionbox. Create simple videos together. Motionbox exists to help teams create, collaborate on video content and share ideas together in real time. Get started now, no account required. I love the catchline of the hero section. I love how it's colored. Love how you show the cursors, so you immediately see that it's a collaboration tool. And I believe your tool is pretty much needed a lot in these times in general. Because, for example, when I'm recording podcasts and I have guests there, I need to do a little few back and forth with the guests if they want to edit something, cut something out, and this would make my life a lot easier. And I can imagine if I'm a video editor, video creator, this might be even more helpful. So definitely a big thing, and I guess you know it because people are signing up for it, I guess. One thing, I would get rid of this get started now and no account required and get it here under the CTA. For example, how we do it on our Get Welder, like this, you know, like people will see it and they will see it in the proper time, and your sub headline can be smaller because of that. So that's nice. This, when I first came to the website, it's cool that I can see it's a robust tool, which is nice, but these pop-ups, these highlights are a bit too much for me. I do it, or did it too, when in my designs. Actually, last week I was designing this landing page and I was putting the app screen into the landing page, and I was trying to create a few of these highlights there, and then I looked at it again and I was like, maybe it's too much. And actually, in my opinion, it's too much. Like, the tool itself is complex a lot, and if you add these things, that by the way doesn't have the proper font here, it's just too much for my brain to process, like, where does this belong to, you know, like, what's this actually? So I would rather see maybe a GIF, maybe a autoplay video that is the tool moving and people collaborating, you know, that would make a bit more sense to me. Templates, I love it. I can see that I can use template, which is great I believe for these videos, because these videos are going to be this tool is going to be used by video creators and social media content creators, and this can be really handy to make beautiful videos in a seconds. I love this. I love this. This is it. Like, automatic subtitles, that is enough for me. We push benefits over features, but automatic subtitles is a big benefit on its own. To see how it works, to see it moving, what's happening, how it's done, and immediately there are subtitles. That's amazing. I love the little social proof right into the section of the feature. I didn't go through this, but I guess people who are not so familiar with these features will be happy to read through it more. Again, super that simple, to the point. I love it. Out of the box content. Yeah, it's definitely a big thing when you are creating videos. I'm doing it all the time. Like, I would love to see maybe if there's audio library too, because I struggle with that a lot. But yeah, videos, images, whatever, super handy to have it in the tool. Nice, love the showcases. I want to see what's created with the tool a lot. So I can be like, oh, I want to create exactly this. So I'm doing gameplays, or I'm doing, I don't know, personal blog, and it's cool. So love it. This section, social proofs, definitely great thing to have on your website. One thing, it's a bit too much text, and I don't like reading that much. I'm scanning through the websites. So for me, it would be better if I have like a big picture of Antonio Cruz, real picture, so I can see the person and make a connection with them, kind of, and just their line, and just one social proof would be enough for me, and then maybe logos or just picture who are using it, so I can see like it's not only one person but it's more, but I will just read through one, which is the best social proof for you. Community, it's great to show that you have a community, because for, again, many content creators, video editors, it might be so cool to have and be part of a community. So great showcase. And yeah, this, like it, at the end. I always like these sections that are at the end. They are bold, they are visually bold, I mean, and they just have a strong punchline and like start creating now. I don't like this picture though. It's too, how do you say in English? It's too not realistic for me, but it's just me. I will go to the tool. Yeah, I noticed that the tool, I'm not sure if it's my internet today, but it's a bit slow. And for example, right now, I'm not actually sure I entered the proper password because I was creating my account in a hurry and I don't know what happened. Am I entering the wrong password or it just doesn't work? Yeah, I guess it's a wrong email. Let's try this email. Yeah, I switched to the dark mode, but I like it in the white mode a bit more. Pretty straightforward to create a new video. It's quite interesting because you want to get the person into the action as fast as possible. But if I'm not tech savvy, I would be a bit stressed that I'm like, I didn't choose this canvas. How do I change it? How do I change it? How do I change it? I found it here. It's pretty straight, and it's probably in your walkthrough tutorial, but I skipped through that. I'm a skipper. We had a teacher in a high school that called everyone who is just entering entrage, which is something like enter man, enter guy, like everyone who is just skipping through the tutorials by entering, like clicking enter, and then being like, okay, so how is it used? And he was like, I hate these people. They always ask me what I should do. And we always laughed, like we are all entering and we don't read the manuals. Anyway, I am not sure I can give you much feedback on the tool, but in general, how I see it, it's that simple to use. It's fast, which is super important for web tools. It's smooth. The editor itself is like, it's amazing, like really good work on that. It's really well made. Everything, these features, easy to understand what's happening, how it's gonna behave. I can upload my thing. I like the logo, by the way. Okay, and I can see that this is the collaboration feature that I can invite someone, and I would be actually super curious to see how it looks like, because that's the biggest value, I guess, how it looks like when more people are working on it. But I cannot test it now, so I'm sorry, but I love your tool. Great job. Okay, reschedule. This one is quite interesting. So, where to start? Let's start with the hero section design. So I think it's a little bit too packed, just from the UI perspective. I don't like the default font. It doesn't speak to me that much. If you want to stick with this font, just for example, make this bold so it sticks out. Kind of. I don't like the headline neither, because like run meetings your team will love is too abstract for me. I love when these tools are specific and I know what exactly I can expect from it. Also, I don't like that much this video because it's again abstract. It's not specific. Like it's a okay calendar and then what's happening? Like what is this? What is these bars that are loading? Like, and it takes me a lot of mind effort to understand what's happening. So for example, I would rather see you using Loom or this tool that Veed, by the way, and I love it, just released. And it's a tool where you can record the screen and yourself and just walk me through your tool, you know, and tell me a bit more about it. And I can see the real data being put in and see it in use. So I would love to see that. Manage your workflow, manage meetings, manage time, manage tasks. Again, like manage meetings, manage time, manage times. I think it's a waste of time. It's too much manage in one space. I would love to see here specific benefits I can get from managing meetings with reschedule, managing time with reschedule, managing tasks with reschedule. Say hello to productive. Again, in my opinion, a little waste of time. For example, these, send follow-up email after meeting. That's the thing, like that's what I'm interested in. That's I know this is a pain. I have to do it every time. I have to write it in a Slack after in the meeting, then copy it, paste it, blah 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 blah, tag people where they belong. That's the pain. And that's, if you have a solution for it, show me. This one is a bit too fast for me again and too abstract. So like my brain doesn't scan that fast through all these things that connects and the people that are connected to it, and then something happens which is blurred. I don't get it. Again, invite your being to the same page. Like, tell me the problem it solves. Like, and I'm not quite sure what is the problem here. I get it. In general, I get it. The problem of managing as project manager or team leader, the meetings, the agenda of the meetings to make the meeting has a good flow, right? People are not bored and everyone is also on the same page after the meeting. Like that's quite a pain. So yeah, speaking about that, a lot of text, too much text. I won't read through it. Again, this is too much text for me. I like this part. This is a part where I believe it makes sense to have this part, like just we have widgets, we have voice shortcuts, features part. It's nice. The pricing, not fan of it because I don't know if it's for team, because it's a team tool, or if it's just for one person. So I would love to see that cleared. Yeah, I installed the tool, so I will get into it in a second. But in general, I'm a bit skeptic right now and telling a lot of feedback. Don't take it the wrong way. Take it the right way, please. You did a good job. Like anyone who is able to pull this off is already doing like so much more amazing job than anyone else. But there's always space to improve on our websites also, always. And I just love to talk about this and improve it. Okay, let's get into the tool itself. The installation, it was quite easy. There was one thing that I don't like, which is that you want me to subscribe. Like it's a 30 days for free, but I have to subscribe for the pay for the subscription already, so it's automatically renewed after 30 days. I don't like that much, but it's pretty seamless with the App Store. There was some little pop-ups and there were a lot of them with small text. I didn't like that. And then I got into the tool and it was a bit hard for me to orient in it, but I got a grasp of it. I understand that there are the meetings, the events that I can schedule, and that there are my tasks that have also some data, some option to flag it and give it time, assign it to other people, which is cool. What I don't like here is that, for example, I want to add a new task, and how do I do it? Like by clicking here? Nope. So maybe like a plus button, add button, or just, something. How can I add it? Probably here, but it's not the right place. Like that's not the right place for me. The same here. I cannot add it here. I can click Command N. That works. It's nice. But again, I would love to see like add a new task here. Then what I really don't like is that I cannot drag and drop. I know it's a functionality that is probably not so easy to develop, and this is a bare bone MVP. But in my opinion, these tools, productivity tools, there is a big competition and they are pretty hard to do. So kudos to you to jumping into that, but it's hard. And I have to, in my opinion, you can play on two things. One is to be pretty unique and have your own kind of way of doing things. So your own framework of saying this is how you should run your meetings in team, be more productive, and you need to do a lot of evangelization about that, teach people, and then give them the tool, or make a that simple, somehow unique tool for productivity organization, but it has to be really sexy and easy to use. That's for example Things 3-way. They kind of have their own way that is pretty scoped down or like limited, but it's so easy and sexy to use. Like everything you can drag and drop everything everywhere, easy to add the task, easy to add notes, easy to delete it, easy to undelete it, and all these things, and you want to use it. But for example, I don't like the calendar at all. Like I hate it because they just give you this or week view, but it's like this. It's vertical, not horizontal. I cannot use it. So yeah, pretty challenging space. So it's tough. It's tough. I would make your tool talking a bit more about the solutions to the specific problem. Also talking about the problem itself, like what's the problem that you are solving and how reschedule is going to help me with it. And that's, I think, where you have to start. And then just making it a little bit less text, a little bit more specific, a little bit less abstract, and that's it. But good job, again, good job. Like I said, I know I said a lot of hard feedback, but good job on that. Okay, let's move on. NotionDB, yeah. I am not exactly sure what I can say about this because I'm not a developer, but I know the guys, Predrag and Marek, they use mock tools for mocking APIs when they have two. They are working on backend and frontend, and the frontend or the backend is not done yet. They use the mock so they can finish the frontend and they then just connect it. And I know Notion released their API recently, so I guess this is pretty handy. I don't like that much this illustration, is the only thing I can say, but I guess it works. It's enough. I would make it sexier, but I would pick more vibrant colors, for example, play with the background, make it more cool, more sick, you know, but I'm not sure if it's needed. It's just like, what would I do as a designer? I love the headline, the catchline, mock APIs from your Notion databases. That simple. What you want more, right? What's here? Okay, type form. I'm just curious how much information you gather, because it's important, right? When you are starting, it's super important to get as much as info as possible about the people who are on the waiting list. Okay, that's one question. And submit. Yeah, I would ask more questions. Just ask more questions. How I would do it is that I would make super sexy page, or paid someone, if I'm not a designer, to make a super sexy page, so people are like, wow, this is amazing, I want to use it. And make it the leverage and do the need in them by this sexy landing page, which can be that simple, just the hero section as you have it, but sexy. And then transform this need into strong and robust sign up form. So that has like information about them, if they are developers, if they are indie hackers, what do they want to create with it, why do they want to create it with it, do they want to live, like make an earning on it, make a living on it, or it's just for their company. So then you have a lot of data and that you can use to think with your target customer, and where you maybe can market the tool to get it up and running, if they would pay for it. Anything that can help you to structurize and categorize and segment your users is super beneficial at this stage. And then just doing calls with them, asking them more information, blah, 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 everything. Yeah. So that's for notionDB. Thanks for submitting it. Your journal on the SmolNet. I'm not sure, is SmolNet something that I'm not aware of? I would love this, like this claim. smolPub is a tiny blogging service, like tiny blogging service for you. Tiny blogging service. That's the headline for me. Features, what you can do, I like it. Again, maybe I would think maybe about writing it more as benefits and not the features. So how you can benefit that you don't have to, like, what's the benefit that you don't have to storage your images on your own? You know, that you don't have to export your, like the paints. Yeah, just an idea. Example of the blog, nice, simple. I think there is place for these that simple tools, and I really like them. But I also believe that if you want to make it kind of stick out, you have to spend time on making the core really well. Which here, for example, in my opinion, is the text. How does the font look like? The width of the text, how does it look like? The spacing, everything. All these things, they can make it or break it. I can see that this is like, for example, if there is some great developer that I know, and I know him on Twitter or whatever, and then I find out about his blog in this way, I would be like, yeah, that's a hacker. Like, he doesn't care about the design. Like, he just shared pure information. So there is a spot for this, in my opinion. But if you want, you can spend more time on thinking about what font you can use, line height you can use, the headlines, how they should be like structured, and how big they should be, all these little things, like if this should be highlight maybe a little bit more or something like that. And I think that you can take inspiration, Medium, all these things. But I think great inspiration is the AI writer. I love AI writer because it's a dead simple writer that is used by millions of people in the world. It's pretty expensive and people pay for it. And they just manage to do the core experience of writing really well. They create their own font, I guess, I think, that is really nice, and like it's kind of on the verge of modern font, but also the old typewriter font, which makes you feel good. And they've managed to really make it snappy fast. Like if you are writing in the AI writer, it's just happening on the screen like this. And then if you go to write, I don't know, URL here, it's not that immediate. And the whole experience with nothing distracting you combines in something that you love to write in it. It gets you into the creative space and all these kind of things. So I would maybe think how the smolPub can be made this way for the readers. How can the reader feel that it's so nice to read these blogs, you know? So that's my two cents for this. And I guess that's it. I really enjoyed walking through the whole project and product submitted by you, mostly from indie hackers, and not only through Dribbble designs that are a little bit dead. They don't have the context. And thinking about the context, I hope it gave you some value to you, the creators of the tool, and I hope it gives some value to others who are thinking maybe about creating their own tool. And if you are brave enough, feel free to submit your link of your tool, of your creation in the comments, wherever this is. So thanks for watching and have a good one. Bye.